Yo guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to be focusing on how do you actually find a career that is aligned to your passion, right? How do you actually find a career that you want to go into that is aligned with your skill set, your passion, and where you actually want to go further on in your life, right? And similarly to our last video, it's not 3 E's we're going to be focusing on today. It's going to be 3 P's. So P, P, P. So the first P is going to be people, right? What types of people are you going to be around in your career, right? Because people are always going to be the thing that help you move. They say it's like not about what you know, it's about who you know. So who can you learn from? Who can you help learn, right? Who can you use to help you step up that ladder? Who can you actually use and take as inspiration? Who can you use as food for thought? What can those people do for you in said institution and in that environment? Because really, people are going to gather around your passion. If you are passionate about something, whether that be football, whether that be sport, whether that be media, you need to be in and around and amongst people that have the same passion about you, passion as you. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to excel. You're not going to be able to have a career that are passion focused and values aligned. Because if you're not around those people, you're not going to know where to get the information from. You're not going to know who to copy. You're not going to know who to imitate to know what to do next, right? That is why having the right people around you in said career is really important. Now, they don't always have to be necessarily on the same mission as you, but do you actually have the same values? Can you see yourself merging heads with this person and actually being like, we can have some serious conversation, right? This person may not be interested in the thing that I'm interested in, but can they be a stepping stone to helping me find the connection that can help me accelerate in my chosen passion or career, right? So the second one would be projects. Now, obviously, you might go into a role and be told what to do. Your manager or your senior or your higher up could say, listen, this is a project that we've got going on at work at the moment, or this is going to be your role, or you're a sales rep, or you're actually doing X, Y, and Z within the organization. But it's not necessarily about that, right? When it comes to a project, you want to be immersed in something that you know you're going to be doing it every single day. You're going to be showing up at work every single day, and you're pouring your heart, your soul, and your mind, your brain power, and your energy into this project. Because regardless of whether you just turn up at a job to get a paycheck, you're using that job for experience. You're using that job to help you climb the ranks. You're using that job as life experience in order to be able to progress into a better situation. And if you don't have a project to actually immerse yourself in, whether you're actually given a project or you suggest taking a project, if you haven't got something to immerse and grit your teeth into, how are you actually going to be passionate about the thing you're going to do at work every day? You've got to put a little bit of sweat and blood into that sort of thing, because if you don't, it's literally just going to be something you wake up and do every day. You're dictated to do this and you're dictated to do that, and you don't feel passionate about what you're doing because you have no say. You actually have no skin in the game. You have no say in how things are run or how things are done within this said project, right? And these projects are things that will help you build up experience. If anything else, they'll help you build up skills. For example, communication, whether that be learning how to better communicate within a team, whether that be learning the aspects of, how to plan a project from start to finish, whether that be finances, whether that be marketing, whatever aspect of what's in this project, you are actually going to be honing in on it. So learning skills, as you guys know, on this channel, we push you guys learning skills. Skills are going to be your holy grail, what's going to take you to the next level. And if you don't have any skills that you've built up in a project, you're not going to go anywhere far. And your passion is going to stay just that, a passion. It will never become something you actually act on in real life because you don't have the skills to be able to maintain or sustain that thing, right? And then the last P is progression. Now, I think progression is not just about climbing up the ranks. It's not about just moving up to the next role, and it's not about just, going from an entry-level salary to a graduate level salary to moving up to a managerial role. No, that is not what it's about. Progression, and here on this channel we push very much self-improvement. And if we don't have any progression in our lives, when we're talking about progression, we're talking about personal development, you know, aspiring higher, like opening our third eye, opening our eyes to higher levels, higher ranks that we can move up to. But if we're not progressing in said industry that we're in, why are we there? And that doesn't just go for jobs, it goes for everything in life. If you are not progressing in a relationship, if you are not progressing in a friendship, if you are not progressing in your work, if you are not progressing in your finances, if you are not progressing in X, Y, and Z, it means you're dying. It means you are not evolving. And if we're not progressing, where are we going to end up in life? We're going to stay stagnant, and that is not what we're here to do. We're not here to stay stagnant. We're not here to stay stuck. We're here to facilitate and catalyze our progression. And our job, being one of the places that we spend half of our lives at, if not most of, needs to be the place where a lot of our progression is coming from. So if you take what you're passionate about, and link that to the type of people that you can meet, the type of projects you'll be taking part in, and what the work culture does to help you progress as an individual, you will find a career that is very aligned to your values. Now, if we take me, for example, I've managed to find the people, the projects, and the progression that has allowed me to feel like I am in a career that is suited to my passion, suited to my values, right? The people that are around me, they help facilitate my progression in terms of they are very much self-development junkies themselves. Not only that, they go above and beyond for the cause. Not only that, they network with a lot of lit people who have a lot of motion. Not only that, they are high energy. They inspire me to be high energy. Second of all, projects, right? One of the projects that I am immersed in is Sprint to Success. See the link in the bio. But Sprint to Success has become a project of mine because it was born from my brain. I've seen it come into fruition. Even though it's been hard, we've had bumps along the way. It's taught me so many new skills that I can use to help build even bigger and better programs in the future, right? And these projects, or this project itself, has not only helped me to become a better person, the people that are on the program, do you know how much progression and career development and personal development that they've done from the beginning of that project, right? And that's something that came with me, right? Last but not least, progression. Now, if that spiel wasn't enough around being around those people and being involved in a project that allows me to progress, my skills, not only my skills, my confidence, my abilities, right? I know that long term, if I hone in on these skill sets and I carry on doing programs, I carry on doing public speaking, I carry on doing designing, facilitating, delivering, I'm going to be in my dream spot. And something that was once my passion and something that's very, very aligned to my values has now become something I do every day, has now become something I get paid for doing, right? And I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I have to wake up and dread going to work every day. No, because I am in a career that is aligned to my passions, my values, and I have the people, the projects, and the progression around me to help me feel like I am accelerating in life, to make me feel like I am going someplace, right? And that's what you need your job to do. So before you start looking for a job, even if you are in a job, these might be some points you want to consider about, is this right for you? Is this what you want to do long term, right? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in. Please, if you did find value in this content, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and please share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.